Cambridge International AS and A-Level Mathematics, Code 9709, 2020 Specimen Paper 1, Pure Mathematics 1. The link to the question paper is in the description below. Hi, I am Babak Majidzadeh Garjani. In this video, I'm going to solve the third question of this sample paper. Let me read the question for you first. An arithmetic progression has first term 7. The nth term is 84 and the 3nth term is 245. Find the value of n. Okay. So probably you could realize that the formula which is useful here is this formula, that I have the nth term of an arithmetic progression is equal to its first term plus the index n minus 1 times d, the common difference. Okay? According to the question, you see that here the first term is mentioned to be 7. So what I realize is that A1 is 7. And then you see that the nth term is mentioned to be 84. So what I can write is that A sub n is 84. And then, as you see here, the 3nth term is 245. So what does it mean? It means that A sub 3n is equal to 245. And now I am supposed to find the value for n. Okay? So that is actually repetition of questions, putting them in a nice form. Okay, so an is given to be 84. So what does it mean? Instead of an, I can just plug a1 plus n minus 1 d. So I'm actually using this formula exactly for an here, and I wrote this, yes? And the right hand side, you see that I have 84. But of course, a1 is also given to me to be 7. So if I plug a1 here to be 7, so it becomes 7 plus n minus 1d is equal to 84. Okay, now I move 7 to the right hand side, then it becomes n minus 1d is equal to 84 minus 7, and then it becomes 77. So what I get is that n minus 1d is 77. Of course, I cannot solve this yet because I have two unknowns, as you see. D is unknown, n is also unknown, so one equation is not enough to solve for n and d. Okay, so I need another piece of information to be able to solve the problem, and this has been provided for me here. But the point is that how should I write a3n? You shouldn't get confused. A sub n is a1 plus n minus 1d. So it means that whatever you have here, you just move it exactly here. Yes? Now you see that you have 3n. So it means that this n should be replaced by 3n. Okay? So let us do that. So an is equal to a1 plus n minus 1d. So this implies that, because again a1 is 7, I can write a3n is equal to, instead of a1, I put 7 plus, instead of n here, this n, I replace this n by 3n. Yes, so then it becomes plus 3n minus 1 times d. Okay, but of course, a3n is also given to you. It's 245. So this means that 245 is equal to 7 plus 3n minus 1d. So this means that if I move 7 to the left hand side, then I will have 3n minus 1d is equal to 245 minus 7. So then it means that 3n minus 1d is equal to 238. Yes, so this is also another equation. Okay, now I have two equations. This is one equation and this is another equation. And then I have two unknowns, d and n, d and n. So I have two equations and two unknowns. In principle, I should be able to solve that. So I would set up a system of equations. So I would write n minus 1d is equal to 77, and I have 3n minus 1 times d is equal to 238. Okay, and then you know that the general strategy to tackle most of the systems of equations is the method of substitution. So it means that we need to get rid of one variables at a time to find an equation in only one unknown, solve it, find that unknown, and put it back into one of these equations and find the other one. If you look a little bit closer here, it is immediately evident that if I start dividing both sides of this equation and this equation, then this d here and here will be eliminated. And what would be left for me is an equation in only one unknown, and that unknown is n. In principle, I should be able to solve that. After finding n, I plug this back into one of these equations, which is simpler, probably the first one, and then I will find d. Okay, so let us just do that. I would divide both sides of these equations. I would write 3n minus 1d divided by n minus 1d. On the right hand side, I would write 238 divided by 77. Okay, so then what happens here is that this d and that d are simplified, so then I will have 3n minus 1 divided by n minus 1. Yes? Okay. And on the right hand side, can I simplify this expression? Yes. 238, is this divisible by 7? Yes, it is, yes. So if I divide by 7, this becomes 11. And that is 34. Yes, so if I multiply this, let us double check again. If I multiply this by 7, it is, yeah, that's right. So this is the number. But if I want to solve this, I use the cross product rule now. So I multiply, cross product rule, I mean you can multiply this by that and equate it by the multiplication of these two numbers, yes? So what I get is, I would get 34 times n minus 1 is equal to 11 times 3n minus 1. And what I get is 34n minus 34 is equal to 33n minus 11. Then I move this 33n to the left. It becomes 34n minus 33n is equal to, I move 34 to the right, so it becomes positive 34 minus 11. Then on the left hand side I have n, on the right hand side I will have 23. And that is actually what I got, yes? So this is my answer. Okay? And then we were supposed actually to find n, so we are done. Okay? Okay, thank you for watching the video and good luck.